Hey guys, I'm Deliq. Welcome to another video. This one will be about the Ubermensch. The Ubermensch is the concept from Nietzsche, who was a German philosopher during 19th century, and he came up with the concept of like a superior being. In his view, this superior being will be mostly mentally above everyone else. Nietzsche focuses on strong willpower. So, first I will tell you how Nietzsche viewed this concept, and then I will add how we view it in barbarism. So, there are 4 points to talk about in terms of Nietzsche's Ubermensch. So, the individual humans, need to improve themselves and their habits. They need to grow through pain. Uh, from Nietzsche comes the saying, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." He didn't say it ever, but basically sums up this part of his ideology. And he supports basically dumping on all traditions and dogmas, and dumping on herd morality as well, because that's basically mainstream morality. And this mainstream morality constantly changes, so it basically has no value, right? It has value for someone who wants to fit in at any cost. So basically, if you are a sheep, you want to fit in into the herd, so you obey whatever the mainstream morality demands from you, right? Because you have no thoughts of your own. Or if you do, you suppress them so you fit in. And he also adds that this includes having responsibility over your own actions. And he also advocates for using emotions instead of for destructive goals, for creativity. And he stresses that improvement of oneself is a constant process that we undergo since we are born until we die. Then he advocates for death of God. He says that religion is basically not useful anymore. That it's in modern time that it basically doesn't serve its purpose. Another thing about his version of the Ubermensch is that the Ubermensch has his own values. Nietzsche strongly supports individualism, and that individual morals are superior to herd morals. And Nietzsche is also about willpower. It's called will to power, and it's the strength or the power to build and control your own destiny. So when you look at it, Nietzsche basically supports strong-willed people. To be an Ubermensch means having strong willpower. By that definition, I'm already an Ubermensch. So it's pretty easy to be Ubermensch in Nietzsche's definition. Alright. Then came the Nazis, and they hijacked Nietzsche's concepts and added biological superiority to them, but also suppressed individuality. So basically, Nazi version of the Ubermensch is biologically superior, but return to herd morality. Alright. And then come us, the barbarists, and we think that biological superiority is a necessity to have an Ubermensch, because anyone even can claim that they have strong will, but unless they have results and stuff, then it's just empty words, right? But if you are biologically superior, you're stronger, faster, healthier, more agile, tougher than others, then you have a clear proof that you are superior. You are an Ubermensch and nobody can deny it because you have an undeniable proof in that. So, what barbarism does? We return to Nietzsche and his total individualism and own morality and control over one's destiny. But we also add biological superiority to that. So we are individualists, love freedom, and we also need to create a superior, biologically superior human being. So it won't no longer will be a human being, but it will be a barbarian being. And this superior being must be way stronger, faster, healthier, more agile, tougher than regular humans of current times because we are extremely weak. A human being is like a total loser from a biological perspective. We are only doing great because we are the only actually intelligent being on the planet. All animals are fucking retards, so we jump on them basically for this reason alone. That's why we want to create barbarians, and barbarians are supposed to be like a step between nature, where you have physical perfection and mental retardation, and civilization, where you have mental perfection and physical retardation. So in the middle, there should be beings which will be physically perfect and be just intelligent enough to know what's what and not take care of themselves and not give a fuck that there is another species that will destroy the whole world, right? Because that's where we are headed. Humanity is trying really hard to wipe out all life on Earth, and if we are not stopped, then we will, sooner or later, we will manage it. Because in lab conditions, nobody knew that freons will destroy the ozone layer or that everybody will be filled with microplastics, because you can't predict that. Eventually, we will come upon a technology that will wipe us out, or we will just keep slowly destroying the environment until the ecosystems collapse. Barbarians are supposed to be guardians of the planet, since humans are too retarded to do that. We are not retarded, that's wrong. We are too selfish. We are absolutely selfish and don't give a fuck about future. Barbarians will care about the future because we like the planet, unlike people. So, and the end game of barbarism is to create these super people called the barbarians. They'll be like Neanderthals. Imagine Neanderthals. They were their disadvantage were that they were super short. They were like meter 60, and there is a good reason for that, because when you are short but extremely powerful and tough, then you don't consume as much resources as someone who would be a giant monster who would be also this strong. The advantage of being big, like in terms of height, is that you are faster, because Neanderthals were slow runners, and they had garbage endurance as well. We need to fix those problems so we have ideal beings capable of maximal combat efficiency with as little cost as possible. Ideally, if you just made new babies and they would be barbarians already. And we are aiming to get those barbarians through arenas. So yeah, that's the video. We agree with Nietzsche pretty much, but we add biological superiority and aggression. Basically, we don't agree with Nietzsche only in that we should transform our emotions into creativity. We think that it's a waste of life, because emotions under barbarism are considered like living. When you are in a fight, you feel emotions you won't feel if you are sitting in an office all day. You feel like you feel like some kind of god. That's what violence does to people. It unleashes your potential. And we want to unleash this potential. And we want to conquer the entire world and save it from people who are gonna destroy it eventually, if not stop it. Alright, that's enough for this video. See you guys in another one.